નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ 7th, સબ્જેક્ટ સોશિયલ સાયન્સ, ચેપ્ટર નંબર 4, મુઘલ એમ્પાયર, એસ્ટાબ્લિશમેન્ટ એન્ડ એક્સટેન્શન. Now our next topic is tradition of inheritance. Inheritance means we already knew this word and many times it came into our book. So inheritance means which things we get from our parents. It's also like a business, money, our property, anything. So tradition of inheritance. What is the king gave to their children? The king was responsible for the appointing the successor of the kingdom, and it would usually be the eldest son. During the Mughal rule, all the sons would get an equal share of the empire. So king was the responsible, means the king responsibility is that to appoint the successor. What is successor? Successor means eldest son or who comes after. If after few years king will be died, so who will hold the throne? Who will become the king? So that one is the responsibility of king. So that's why here written the king was responsible for the appointing the successor of the kingdom, and it would usually be the eldest son. So king's responsibility is that after his death, who will be the king of his state. So that one is responsibility of the king. And during the Mughal rule, all the sons would get an equal share of the empire. In Mughal time, all the sons, if a king have 4 sons or 5 sons, so they get equal part of their kingdom. The kind of hierarchy means hierarchy is a formalized or simple implied understanding who is the best or who is on the top or what is the most important. So in this kind of hierarchy was implemented during Humayun's reign. After that, rules conspired. Conspired means make secret plan against each other for the throne, and brother would equal start to quarrel with the one another for the throne, and whoever won ascend the throne of Delhi. So in Mughal time, each and every son get equal part of their kingdom, and for that there was also arrangement of hierarchy, and they will decide who is the best. For if one person is the best or other person, they are not happy, so they are started to conspire, means making secret planning to murder that person. So in this order, if the king was not decided of if the other children want to become a king, so what they started to make a plan, secret plan to kill each other, and also they are started fighting each other. So brothers would quarrel with one another for the throne. So for the throne they start to fighting each other, and who won ascend the throne, who was the winner, he will ascend the throne. We have also one best example of Mahabharata, and in Mahabharata also Pandus and Dhritarashtra's father Vichitravirya, they have 2 children. One is Pandu and elder son is Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra was blind, so that's why he cannot sit on a seat of king, so he cannot hold the authority. So that's why Pandu, his younger brother, became the king. After the death of king of Pandu, so Dhritarashtra sit on the throne, and for that we know all the history that Duryodhana and Pandavas also start to fight for the kingdom. So here also same thing was doing. Brothers would start to quarrel with another, and who is the winner ascend the throne of Delhi. So this problem was created at the Mughal rule. Now what is the administrative system at that time? The Subedari system was implemented during the Mughal period, and Akbar divided his kingdom into 15 sections because his empire was very big. To control all over the empire, he made 15 parts. And also before we learned that Chanakya also give this information to his king, and also he also make his all the things in a proper way to hold the throne. Each section was known as the Suba or province. So there were 15 sections, and each section known as the Suba or known as the province. The subsection of Suba was called government, and the subsection of government was known as the Paragana. The head of each Paragana was called Amir, and who would collect the revenue. So here giving information about Suba. The subsection. So what is the subsection? The head was known as the Suba, and it is going to under the government, and subsection of government was known as the Paragana. And the head of the Paragana was called Amir. The head was known as the of Paragana was known as the Amir. And who would? What is their responsibility and what is their work? So that work is collect the revenue. So what is their duty? That one is to collect the revenue, means tax. There were Gram Panchayats in village, and the head was known as Patel, Chaudhary, Mukaddam, etc. Thus during that time, various executives were appointed. So for the Gram, so province also there were Gram Panchayat, and also now we have also Gram Panchayat in villages. So who is the head of the Gram Panchayat? Also known as the Patel, Chaudhary and Mukaddam. So during that time, means at the Mughal time, various executives were appointed. So because there were 15 sections. To hold the 15 sections, there are also many persons to be appointed. During Akbar's reign, pilgrim tax was not levied. Levied means they are not take the tax for the pilgrim, for the Hajj. Thus, there would be huge crowd in the pilgrim center, and Akbar was considered to be the most tolerant. Tolerant means brave, and also benevolent. Benevolent means serving charitable rather than profit making. So not to may take too much price, and also not including profit. So that one is a normal price, so anybody can pay that one. So during Akbar time, pilgrim tax was not to be taken. So any person can also go for the Hajj or for their Yatra, we can say Yatra. So there are too much huge crowd, means there are too much rush at the pilgrim center, and Akbar was considered to be the most tolerant and benevolent king among all the Mughal rulers. To comparison to the Mughal rulers, Akbar was very good person. He regularly organized religious meet in the prayer hall at Sikri, and it was also called discussion hall, as religious matter were discussed there. So Akbar was also a religious person. Every fixed time, regularly, he organized a meeting for the prayer room, and it was also known as the Shikri, and it was also called for as a discussion hall also, and religious matter was also discussion at that in the discussion hall, or we can say at the Sikri. Representative from all religions attend the meeting, and the royal court was adorned by scholars. So representative of all religions, it means only Akbar not allow his religion, but he was also allowed to all type of religions which our people want to follow. So representative of the all religions they can attend the meeting, and also the royal court was ended by the scholars. The 9 gems of Akbar's court were, so who were the 9 gems of Akbar? They are giving the name and what is their duty, what they were doing. The 9 gems of Akbar's court were, first one is Todarmal. So who was Todarmal? He was the revenue minister. So he was the minister of the tax department who collect the taxes. Then second is Man Singh, the leader of Daksh army who hold the authority of our army. Abdul Fazal, the historian and writer of Ain Akbari and Akbarnama. So he was a writer. Next one is Tansen. We heard this name, Tansen, the famous singer. Then Mullah Do Pyazar, the clever and jolly courtier. Next one, Maher Das Birbal. Also we know the Birbal, and also we heard many stories related to Akbar and Birbal. So Birbal was quick-witted courtier and tricker. Witted means ability to think very quickly, and also who was taught to teach them lesson also. Hamam, the famous Vedic physician. It is related to Ayurveda, so he was like a doctor. And Faizi, the renowned poet. And last one is Abdul Rahim, the Hindi verse writer. So these were the 9 gems of Akbar's court. Thank you for joining us.